Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Look at that FMLFPL Alon.
This Walsh.
Oh, man. No cup tie breaks, no nothing. We're right in the thick of it.
Yeah, nothing to do here. Nothing. No thing over here, thing over there.
Nothing to see here.
Fun
nothing
weekend,
to do
though.
here. Yeah, fun weekend. Crazy
Fun
weekend.
weekend.
Lot
Yeah,
of
we got
action.
games today, tomorrow, Wednesday. It's all going on.
Every day of life.
Every day.
basically.
We got a month to go here.
Yeah, month ago.
Month to go. Month
Stretch
to go.
run.
Yeah,
We also
stretch
all
run.
have, at least 6 players to go this weekend? Between 6 and 12. 11 or 12 to go. Depending on if, free hit or whatever the fuck people are up to, bench boost this week.
Yeah.
I guess we can quickly show our teams.
I don't know if we need to do that. We could skip
Yeah.
that portion. We could skip that
we can
portion of
skip
events.
It really doesn't matter until the next game.
Sure. Let's go with that.
There's no point in being like, oh, Kev Cap was a failure because he might score 13 points in the next game. So
Eze's been good lately.
Eze's been flying lately.
Yeah, it's good. Good
Oh,
pick.
Palace in general flying lately.
Palace flight. That ref scenes. That was the most scenically refed game I have seen in months. Just astonishing.
Yeah, pre-pod we were just talking about, guys getting ejected. Like, where's Glasner fucking murdering the ref there? I don't know what the fuck happened in that game. It wasn't even just the Scott. It was also Tyler Adams. 2 guys on their team didn't get 2 yellows.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't that aggrieved by the Adams situation, but the Scott was more for me. And
It was
it's
more
also
obvious.
Yeah, it's more obvious. Like the second one he did is just like doing that petulance is typically just always yellow carded. And it's again, it's like, okay, fine, you're not doing that. Then don't do it for our guy. It's not that difficult. Like you just do it in an egalitarian measure, like egalitarian methods, and it just doesn't happen. And then the game's just gone. He takes it away from everyone. There's children at the ground. He's not thinking of any of them. Game is finished effective immediately when little boy decides to pull the little yellow piece of paper out of his pocket. It's just absurd.
Yep.
And then, good job by us to punish Bournemouth for being clowns and they can't finish their dinner. So we got a little punto. Punto.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. I don't know. The last thing in the world anyone wants is more VAR. And yet at the same time, it's like, wait, why can VAR overturn red cards and not second yellow cards? Like, what's
VAR
the exact... What's the logic in that? Like,
take the guy in Stockley Park and just body swap with the actual ref in the ground, and that's the ruling. So should have been the ruling anyway.
He'll get demoted. He'll be on a flamp game.
Yeah, he'll be flamping next week.
Yeah, that's for
Meanwhile,
sure.
I watched like a half an hour of the what was the other game that was the stupidest game ever? Oh, the Western Southampton game.
Why did you watch any of that game?
Because after the red card, I watched for like 5 more minutes. I just turned my game off. I couldn't watch it on it. So I put brand new little child ref never seen before. He was phenomenal. Don't know what his name is.
There you go.
He was great. He was
Believe in the youth.
He was just like boom, 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 getting everything. But he might have been old. I don't know. New guy, new friend. He was doing good stuff. So I was about that. Like that guy. Wish we had that guy.
Yeah, you're triple Palace. You got 1 from Eze, 2 from Sar, 5 from Munoz. I got 2 from Sar, 5 from Munoz.
I mean, dude, it's more than 0 what I got last game from the 3 of them. So we're a fucking net pause here. Net positive.
Fucking good. It's still 10 goals unanswered. They still haven't scored. It's still 10 unanswered. But yeah, the clean, I guess, is just like a little bit of a thank you. I don't know.
I don't know.
Man, so I guess you're free hitting, right? I think that's the talk of the town.
I have 3 guys. I could maybe not.
Wait. You only have 3 blankers?
No, I have 3 players.
Oh. I think you're free hitting. I was like, wait, no way. Yeah, that's a free tit right there.
Yeah, we're a free tit in here for sure.
I'm definitely not free hitting, but I'm happy to talk about free hit all episode because that's where all the questions are in. I'm just so off the beaten path right now of like what everyone's doing. I'm just like, oh yeah, I have like basically no blinkers. Obviously, I'm not free hitting, and then every question in our Discord was about free hit. So
yeah,
that's I think where we should begin. How do you want to do it? Do you want to talk about individual matches, or just jump around some questions, or like what does it feel good to you?
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We're going to cover everything, but I mean, basically, I haven't actually like clicked the buttons for the free hit, but it seems like we have 3 promoted sides are playing 3 games of football, and none of them are playing each other. So that's a big starting point. It's just at a glance, and then Liverpool are playing Spuds at home. So. To not pick 11 players from those 4 teams, I think is maybe they're a little diddles. You could go maybe 1 or 2 astray.
Well,
from that.
Let's start with Newcastle. I mean, to that point, I mean, and not having 3 Newcastles just not even something I would ever entertain. I mean, of course not. They lost 4-1, but their home Ipswich is a joke. Isak is 100,000,000% in every team. But who are your other 2 favorite guys? Are there 2 obvious ones, you think?
I think this is where it comes down to looking at the other teams, because this could be a defense gambit where you just take Isak and 2 defenders. You could also triple defense. I don't think Isak is a nailer on this one. Yeah, I just there are other attackers, there are other picks. Like it's a single game week, and if you're not capping,
I feel like that's the highest total that I would expect.
I think if you're not capping Isak, then. Which he's a very good captain option.
Yeah.
I think it's like between him and Mo and probably like Cunha this week. If you're not capping Isak, I think you can look at the other teams and have enough questions about where you're getting your defenders that the delta between the defenders is going to be maybe a little bit better for Newcastle, because, Ipswich are fucking abject. The Newcastle at home should romp them. I feel better about Newcastle defense home Ipswich probably than Wolves, and certainly than Fulham.
So I see what you're saying. Yeah, just there's not really many defensive picks that you like. So just being able to go for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, and I don't think I'm personally going to do that, but I'm probably going to have Isak, because it's not like there are 6 strikers, at the cab line, you can't wait to get any of them off the ranks, but I think you can at least entertain it, because I mean, you got either Pope or Livra or Trips or Shaw. You could very happily choose up to 3 of them, right?
Right. Yeah, it's tough because you also want. I mean, it's not a leak game, but you would love to know if Harvey's starting, is Gordon starting, is Murphy starting. I think going double there is also very viable, but it's risky because you might get that one wrong, or they might get subbed off on 50, and then you're very, very mad that you wasted one of the 3 precious spots on them. But yeah, maybe it is a good place to just jump to defense too, because that we got a bunch of questions. JB said, what are your views on the defensive assets for free hit this week? Would you pile in on one team or diversify? Hemdog said, can you talk me off the ledge of picking 4 to 5 defenders? Upside seems really nice with Cess, Livra, Rand, Kukurea, Trent, etc. Are they better than the mids? And then D, just what's the best clean sheet shout? So
that's wild. I mean, if I could pick 0 defenders, I would pick 0.
Yeah, I haven't tinkered, so it's hard for me to even, be like, oh yeah, the defenders suck this week, but I'm just kind of doing it live with you right now. But
they do suck this week.
Yeah, it does
short.
sort of seem like it.
I have spent time thinking about it. Yeah. I'm not doing it live, and I can confirm that they suck. Like, I'm
scanning right now, and it's pretty bleak.
I don't like Chelsea home Everton at all. I don't like Brighton home Western at all. Like Newcastle home Ipswich, I do like. Fulham away to Southampton. I mean, they tend to score at St. Mary's. Wolves home Leicester, I like decently, but they also are just kind of a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Bournemouth home Man United, I think Man United just rotated a shit ton. Oh. They're going to probably play back to the first team, getting the rhythm team back in for the Thursday game. So I don't think that's going to just be some
Wait, what isn't this sandwiching the Thursday games, or am I wrong on there?
Isn't all the Fuckle and all the Europe is the following week, right? It's not this week.
Really? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Let me check. I'll check while you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Fuckle is not this week.
Yeah, you're right. So it's Bournemouth and United on Sunday, and then Athletic Club on Thursday. Yeah.
So
they'll probably be the starters.
Yeah, that should be a first strength, and they should be like probably playing pretty decently hard.
Yeah.
So I don't love that one for Bournemouth either, and they have a hard time getting clean sheet anyway. And Liverpool Spurs, I'm okay with that one. You're happy to take one or maybe two Liverpool defenders if you need to.
Yeah.
And NFL Brentham's horrible. No, yeah, but it's we're picking from a bad bunch. Like we have to pick 4 players here, right? So So it's just not good. Like other than Newcastle, I mean, where are the cleans? I mean, people are probably going to have a Fulham plus-ish, maybe 2. Just, I don't know.
God,
Rand's going to be in. You'll have a Newcastle. You'll have a Wolves, like maybe a Liverpool, maybe a Fulham. I mean, maybe that's your 4. You just diversify there. It's tough.
Are you trying to, it's like, do you try and just go attacking, just pick some fullbacks, hope for an assist because the cleans all feel... I mean, like, if, like those guys like post the clean percentages and whatnot later in the week or whatever, I don't think any of these are going to be over like 50% or even close to it, except Newcastle.
Except Newcastle.
Yeah, except Newcastle. Yeah. I think every team will be in the like 15 to 30% range where it just feels like completely fucking random at that point.
Yeah, I agree. And the Fulham Southampton is a tough one because, I mean, Fulham do have a good defense. It's almost, I mean, we were talking about this in Discord, like, where to me is like, I'm glad they fucking shat it all away against Chelsea because then they're not going to go into the Southampton game just like, oh, like free hit, don't, no one cares. Like, it's like, no, like Mills probably like really pissed at them and they're going to probably be playing hard to just put a statement in.
They can make Europe. Like they're not one of the teams that are like completely out of it. They can make, not Champions League. But they can make Europa, which for Fulham is fucking great. When's the last time they were in Europe? Like they would love that. So
yeah, that's fair.
There's something to play for.
I mean, you could look at this and say, 2 Newcastle, 2 Fulham defenders, like, and that's that job done.
Yeah.
Or maybe you sprinkle Ran in, right? I mean, you probably don't have to go too much further. Look too much further than that.
Yeah,
because Trent, we don't know if Trent's starting this weekend, right?
I assume he is, but we know literally nothing. I mean, he might just be fit for 20 minutes and still be fit for 20 minutes. And we know absolutely fucking nothing.
Because if he's starting, you want him in there.
Yeah, if he's starting, he's pretty nailed probably because there's not 3 other Liverpool picks that you're getting. Yeah, I guess everyone's going to have Aït-Nouri. That one kind of picks itself. Everyone's going to have at least one Newcastle, like you said. And then, the third one's kind of hard. I guess Jedi will probably be really common. I mean, are people going to go Chelsea? Like, are people going to have, like, Cucurella?
I mean, maybe. I think that's a little bit crazy.
He gets attacking stuff sometimes.
They're just so bad. And Everton are a decent team. I mean, they're also bad, and they don't
I think they're worse than decent, but yeah.
But like, they this weekend was a rough watch. And, they struggled to score 0 goals, but they had a few chances. Like, they do have...
they will... always have a few chances.
Yeah, like they create some half chances. And,
and it's hard to bet. It's hard to bet on Bob. Also, like anytime anyone's considering a Chelsea defender, I'm just like, he's gonna have to make a save for you.
Yeah, he'll throw one in too.
Right. So that's a disaster.
Yeah, I think it's really you're just looking at Newcastle, Fulham, Wolves, and Liverpool. Like you shouldn't be picking a defender from a
Brighton. I don't know. They are a joke, but West Ham don't attack.
Yeah, I mean, they don't attack, but also they have good players. And
they have Bowen, they have Fulkrug.
I mean, this is another beach team. Like Fulkrug was going insane on the presser about how bad they were. So
they were fucking bad.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just feel like West Ham to not score a goal against Brighton after what they just did against Brenham, and everyone's on the beach. Like I can't see it. I just can't see
I
that.
just remember that what's his name? Van Heck got fucking stretchered off concussion or something. So he's probably
after
out
he was
too.
just banned too, right?
Yeah. So that doesn't help the cause.
No, it doesn't help matters.
Okay. Yeah. Defense is really bad. I don't know what Hemdog's talking about. Definitely don't want more than 3 defenders. Yeah. That's fucking crazy this week.
For sure not.
For sure.
Fulham, I think, is the toughest read.
I agree. They tend to underperform like in these games and overperform against the top teams. And
they also just like, who are their picks? Like, if they win a game 4-0, it's like, I don't know who got points.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's like the involvement
anybody.
guy? Yeah. I mean, I guess the one wrinkle is like,
if Muniz is hurt.
Yeah, if Muniz is hurt, which I heard literally nothing about before game, and then he just wasn't even in the squad. Cess also might be hurt, which is annoying because for free hitters, he would have been like a pretty fun, good pick, probably.
Yeah.
Just out of position, he would have been one of the best defenders to pick. I mean, for sure. But I don't know. I just don't know what kind of man Milv is. Is he a fucking... Where is he on the fraudometer in terms of like, is he going to tell us if he's fit or not? Probably not.
I pay very little attention to Fulham press conferences because I just don't have their players ever, so I don't really give a shit.
Yeah,
but,
me too.
Yeah, I mean, we could take a look because if Muniz is going to be out, I mean, Jim's a good pick.
Jim's a pick. Yeah, and if Cess is fit, he's a pick.
He's a pick. Yeah, I mean,
he's one of the three best defenders, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Robinson is like whatever.
Yeah, just a Hail Mary crosses into the box and hope Jim finishes one of them or whatever.
Maybe Leno's the.
Yeah,
Leno's a good guy.
Yeah.
Southampton just don't shoot that much. I don't know, but yeah, maybe it might just be Jim, and it might be just otherwise. There's not much. I mean, Iwobes is so tough.
Incredible. He's been incredible,
but it's also from an FPL standpoint is just he's not volume. He's not in a good role. Like he just kind of does it because he's good.
Yeah,
not for any other reason. So it's like, how can you predict or project when the game's going to happen? It's impossible. Yeah.
The only thing what Wobes has in his locker is outside of Jim, he is the highest involvement guy. So like if Fulham were to put up a crooked score or whatever, he's probably getting an assist, maybe a goal.
Yeah.
Maybe two. So, I don't hate the Iwobi shout. What do you think about NFO Brentham? I mean, Valverde said, Wissa and Bouma have 369 points between them. Do we take them for granted because they're cheap? I mean, that looks like it's going to be a high-scoring game. I mean, I if I was on free hit, I think I'd want maybe an attacker or two in that game.
Nah, I don't see it similarly. I just don't know what to make of the game. And when that's the case, I don't want a piece. So, I mean, this is the kind of game that I could see NFO really covering up. And... a lot of it is just played in the middle third, and a lot of it's just like the ball's out of play a lot. I don't know. I don't see it.
The thing is, they tried to cover up today, and they've been trying to cover up, and their defense has completely fallen off a cliff. I mean, they're just conceding tons of huge chances all day, every day. And Brentham never try and cover up. All their games are just a million goals both ways. I guess like my hesitation would be, you don't want Brentford to have 60% possession, which they will against NFO because everyone does. So that's kind of like sketch, but I don't know. I feel I'm biased because they're both in my team, but I feel good with Wood home Brentham, and I feel good with Bouma away NFO. Yeah. I mean, how could I not?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the Spurs play one way, so it's very difficult. I think that's a microcosm type game. So I think there are aspects of the Brentham that can like not be that intense of final third play. Like
they won't be like Spurs. Yeah,
pressing like that or playing out from the back with that kind of suicidal tendencies. But no, I hear what you're saying. I would bet the game is closer to be a 2-2 than a 0-0. But I don't know. It's just city ground, like a weird time Thursday night.
Have to win.
Yeah, I'm just like, I could see it just like not being a very much of a game.
Thursday, what the fuck is this Thursday bullshit?
I know. I also just do have a really hard time reading Brentham away. Like, I feel like they've had a really, like their away performance are just really, really unpredictable.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if he's going to do, I don't know. I don't feel,
you don't feel
strongly.
Good either way on that game.
Don't feel good about it. Yeah.
Don't you
like
just sort of feel good 1-1 with Bumo though? Like just Boom really. Straight up. No?
Like if I had him, I'm like, I'm not going to do anything here.
No, I mean, that's a different situation. Yeah.
Like on free hit, it's like he's not even close. Because I mean, this is just an underdog to a good defense. Like, why would I want that player? Just because he has pens?
Because I have also incredible.
Well, yeah, no, fine. But, I mean, he blanks all the time. He's a flat track bully. Like, this isn't a flat track. So I'm just like, yeah, he could obviously get a goal on a counter. He could do that any game. But I don't see this as like, you were correctly identifying the Brighton game last week of, there's a Highline team that could be all over the show. And, NFO, they could just play 11 in their own fucking third the whole game. It's like, yeah,
they will.
Not doing shit.
Yeah.
So that's a tough game for Bumo. And it's like, it's them countering on NFO's failed counters. Like those are going to be the few chances that he has. And that's like really hard to bank on.
What about Wood? Is he one of the 3 best forwards? There's not that many forwards. There's Cunha, Strand. There's Evan Nielsen. There's Jim, assuming Muniz is hurt. There's Isak.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. Yeah.
Welbs could be in.
Oh, yeah. Ladra's fucking red carded. I forgot. Yeah, Welbs is cheeky. I don't hate that.
He's got penals,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there are 3 better forwards than Wood. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I do. Maybe not though. Maybe I need to look at Wood a little bit more.
He's in the mix. Cap thinks that should those on free hit be worried about Strand Larsen's minutes with Cunha back? No, I don't think so.
I mean, I think both are phenomenal. Like
they both started last game.
Yeah, like to me, the front 3 I was thinking of was like Isak, Strand, Cunha. Is what I initially thought before the games were played, and I looked at the fixtures.
Strand, the only thing with Strand, and this might just be, prior trauma coming back up, but he's been bad with Cunha in the lineup. All his points came when Cunha was out of the lineup.
Yeah, that's true.
All these goals.
But it's such a small sample size.
I know,
how predictive is that? I mean, I haven't been watching them.
Probably not, but it's still true. Yeah,
it's a fact. I just haven't been watching them closely enough to be like, oh, well, this is why. It's
Me
not
neither.
Like, so I'm not ready to bet.
Not ready to write him off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a good fixture. Home fucking Leicester. Oh, God. Yeah. Let me see what other question. Oh, you're going to love this question. Primera said, should Palm Fuck make the free hit 34 teams with Everton at home and still in the hunt for Champions League? What do you think? No Tarko. He pulled his hamstring.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, definitely. Auto. No Tarko. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah. He's been bad.
I mean,
Chelsea
what do you want me to
bad.
say? I've been saying the same thing for a fucking month. Like,
yeah.
What do you want me to say? I mean, have you another game data point in my favor? Not in your favor? Are you still? He's fine. He's at Pens. Like, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, should I trade him to Saka or Kev? Like, no.
Well, no, forget about all these other bad picks, but just your outlook on him. Like, you're like, oh yeah, he's going to get points
My
this
outlook
week against
is
Everton.
identical. I'm happy to hold because everyone else I would have transferred to is way worse.
Insane.
I mean, the options were literally Saka, Eze, Kev. You
could have gotten Diaz.
Yeah, Rodgers. Oh, Diaz. Yeah, Diaz.
Clean point.
Yeah, good.
50% more points than you have.
And a wasted transfer.
But I'm not interested in how bad all the other picks are. Like, just like, how many games do you need to watch him doing this before you're like, oh yeah, he's like kind of bad now. Like, I don't really want him.
I've always said I'll transfer him out after this week. He's home Liverpool, at Newcastle, home United, at Forest. It's time to transfer him out.
Okay.
But he's good. He's good this week. I'm fine.
You only have to take one more blank and then you can.
You keep rewriting history. He's literally returned 2 out of the last 4. He's returned 50% of the last 4 games.
He's blanked 50% of the last
games. So he's better than like Eze, Saka, Sar, fucking
Eze's returned.
Murphy.
Hey, your revision. Eze's returned 50% of the last 4 games.
Yeah, he missed a pen and got subbed early.
Yeah, but he's at 7 and 9 before the 2. So you're fucking talking out of your ass.
No, well, he's got more.
2 for 4.
Almost more points, right?
We're 2 for 4. I don't think so.
1 and -1. I don't know.
7 and 9, 16.
Yeah, that's a lot.
What did Palmer get last 4? Let's check.
2, 13 4, to 16.
Yeah, Get fucked.
Still better than using a transfer there, though. I don't think I've been like wronged in any way by him. He's just chilling on my team.
sucks.
I can't believe they fucking won, by the way. How annoying was that game?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't be too fucked by any of it all. It's all a joke.
I would entertain a Chelsea defender. Probably the only possible pick is Cucurella, but just think, Everton between fucking Doucouré, Broge, Beto, like, they have no goals. Beto had the one hot streak. It was the only time they scored any goals ever. And other than that, they just can't possibly score. It's just, Chelsea will give you a goal, but I would think about it just because it's so bad. But who you're choosing from is so fucking bad. It's like Cucurella versus a Newcastle defender. Obviously, everyone would choose a Newcastle defender, but adding an additional Newcastle mid to replace, I don't know who the mids that people are picking are, some random fucking Fulham mid or, a Brighton mid or a Wolves mid. They don't even have any mids. I might prefer the Newcastle attacker in that situation just because I think they could legitimately score 5.
You should not be getting any Chelsea players, period. It's insane.
Well, but what do you think about Newcastle stacking on the attack instead of attacking on the defense? Just because there's so much more upside.
I don't care whatever team else. I think Chelsea should not be picks, period. Like defense, goalkeeper, midfield, forward. Like there's just no picks there. Other teams, just look to the other 19 teams. Like you'll find better picks.
Yeah. Are you thinking about triple Newcastle attack or defense? Which one are you leaning towards?
Closer to defense, I think, just because of my lack of interest in the other defenders in the game for this weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Not sure yet.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of tinkering this week, and the week's not even fucking over. It's so annoying.
Yeah, it's Monday.
And then, Liverpool picks. I mean, everyone will have Mo. Benji said, what's your read on the Pool Spurs game? Which 3 Reds on free hit? That's really hard, too. We don't know anything about Trent. He'll say something. Slot usually is very truthful in his pressers, so maybe we'll get he's fit. He's been training all week. If he says that, I think Trent is pretty nailed to start. If he doesn't say that, then it's risky. But you have Diaz. Are you going to stick with Diaz? Are you going to go Jota? Are you going to go Gakpo? Do you have any feelings that way?
No, I mean, I'm definitely not getting Gakpo, that's for sure. Yeah. I'll have to see a little bit. Maybe Jota could make his way in.
Jota, maybe.
It's with Trent.
Diaz,
it's interesting.
Maybe Jota, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just they're gonna win the league at home this weekend, and they have a nice long break between him playing 10 minutes. I'll look at the pressers, but yeah, I could see just putting Trent in.
I think he'll play. I think he'll start.
I mean, it's whether he'll start or not, and so I could see putting Trent in, and then it would be Mo and Diaz or Jota. That's probably the question.
Yeah.
Because, Diaz.
There's one little wrinkle there. If your team beats Arsenal whenever that is, Wednesday, I think.
Yeah.
That they won't win the title at home. It's already won.
Oh, that's nice.
So they have absolutely nothing to play for, and I therefore have no idea what to expect. Yeah, I don't know if I'd trust anyone other than Mo if that's the case. Mm-hmm. It might be a fucking Chiesa, Harvey, Endo game or some weird shit just fucking around because they're all just going to be so drunk.
They would want to fucking destroy Spurs at home.
Yeah.
Love doing that.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Yeah. So I don't know. Liverpool is going to be a tough one. We have to wait until it gets closer to the weekend, I think, to make a better call on that. We'll talk about it in my life and shit.
Yeah. And then what Ethical was asking, should we also be targeting Bournemouth home United? And we haven't even touched on that game at all. I just don't think so at all. I think this is really
more of a stay away for me, like a very loud stay away. Yeah, because I mean Bournemouth are just they've been bad for a month and a half. They've
fallen off. Yeah.
And Man United have the big game on Thursday, so they just rested everyone, so they're going to be doing the things. It just seems like a bad game. They're just who's going to get points, who's going to score. I don't know. I have no read. Man United have been really defensively sound lately, and I expect them to just keep doing the 8 defenders behind, in the 3-4-3 kind of situation. So, yeah, I mean, I don't love that. And, Clive's been bad. Evan Nielsen looks fucking terrible lately. I mean, I just don't know where the game's going to go. So I just like having nothing,
I'm surprised.
nothing to do with it.
I'm still high on Bournemouth for this game. I still think
I'm very low.
Heavy favorites for a reason. And
are they heavy favorites?
Yeah, they're goal favorites.
They've won one game in like 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, they were not.
No, their fixture: draw, win, draw, loss, loss, draw, loss, loss.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Yeah, I know.
They're not playing world beaters. They're playing Ipswich, Brenham, Brighton, Wolves, like Western, Fulham.
I know, but
Palace, like it's
betting things
really
are
bad.
Smarter than just a win or a draw. Like they see 2-2 West Ham and they see like, oh, they got 2 XG more than them. That's what goes into the data, not the fact that they drew 2-2 on 2 weird goals.
Yeah, there's a stench though. I don't know.
They seem
off
tired.
So
they seem
they
sluggish.
just don't look good. They don't look good
and yet,
at all.
Man United are one of the 5 worst teams in the league, and Bournemouth are home. So that's just like how they draw it up. I mean, it's simple. Just they're just way better. I mean, even downward trending Bournemouth is way better than the 15th place team or whatever. So. Yeah, it's just like you said. I don't know. I mean, I think Evan Nielsen would be on my forward list if I was free hitting. Which mid to pick? And Kluivert's played 1 game, and it was a weird game against 10 men. So he's still a pick, I think. It
was a weird game against 10 men. It was a game against 10 men. He didn't fucking take off a shot.
If we see that very often when teams just can't do anything against 10 men behind the ball. What are you talking about? That's really common.
I mean,
that happens
you don't
all
like
the
to
fucking
see that.
time.
Yeah, it does, but you don't like to see that. It's not like, this is like a good thing to.
Of course, but a team that just preys on long balls and counters, not being able to create a big chance against 10 men is like very unsurprising. And a good defense too. It's not like fucking Ipswich or something.
Well, they just lost Ipswich at home, so thank God bless.
Okay, Kluivert is still a good pick.
Yeah.
I still think he's a good mid. I mean, are there 5 better mids? 4 better mids this week?
Yeah.
What are their names?
Cole Palmer.
Okay, I agree.
No, I mean, I would rather have like Bowen than him.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, and he's low on the totem pole. Like, yeah, like probably Murphy and Barnes.
I could see
Soboslai, Mo, Jota, and Diaz would probably all. That's on 4 players on one team.
Yeah.
Bumo.
I don't agree with this list, but
Bumo is over him for sure. So I just named 7 players.
Bumo away NFO is better than Kluivert home Manchester United.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't agree. There's a lot of testy energy. I don't know. I feel like you're mad at me or something. I don't know why Kluivert's all of a sudden a bad pick. He just came back. His first came back from injury. He hasn't played in a month.
They have been so bad for so long. So like I just don't understand how that isn't getting more like value for pound value.
Yeah. Well, they're still scoring some goals, and arguably their best creative player was out the whole time. So I mean that matters too, right? And now he's back.
Yeah.
No?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Superhand said, soup tasty differentials for free hit, please. Of course, everyone wants the differentials. Actually, we should pair it with this question from X50. He said, I free hit in 33. I swerved Ollie and Trossard. I was worried about their minutes. Now I feel like an idiot. On free hit, should we be more willing to bet on the rogue/risky picks, given that it's our only real chance to experiment during the season and we don't need to rely on them for multiple weeks?
It's just like, who cares?
I think that's really reasonable. Like if you're going to
just pick a guy, like who cares? Yeah, like you just pick a guy. Like it's you're not marrying or signing a contract. Like you just pick some fucking guy.
Yeah, I know, but he's saying should we lean towards more risky guys on free hit than we would in the regular part of the season? Risky, high upside guys, because they're not going to be in your fucking team.
But I think it has less to do with picking like more high risky guys and just picking like exploiting a fixture. Like a risky high guy, like you could say like Strand Larson's like a really risky high.
No,
high
but he's
guy.
nailed. I don't think that's what he means. I think
So
he
who's
means
he
like
talking about?
like a Jota. You know, someone like that who's like not nailed.
Yeah.
And hasn't been good in FPL and
like
he could hat trick.
Got like a Dingra.
A ding dong.
I don't know. I mean, you're just basically you're taking a 1 game week punt, and you want to have the fixture and the ceiling. You know, both of those things ideally checked off, and you just pick your guys. But I don't think you need to also just fill like 10 players like that. Like you're also you're also doing a good job if you just pick all of the chalk free hit guys, because not everyone's on free hit. Only if 12% of the game is on free hit, that's a huge differential to have all of those best players.
Yeah.
So you don't have to overthink it.
To the point, I mean, Tross got 16, but Martinelli got 8. I mean, Saka's really the only guy on the fucking team that blanked. And same with Villa. I mean, Ollie got 12, but, you know, a lot of people had Rodgers. He got 6. It's like you still got returns, I guess, either way.
Probably they got a lot of returns with Rash.
Right? Well, I'm not going to talk shit before he, you know, decimates Man City and they're laughing their way to the bank.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying, but there's just not that many examples of like a Tross or an Ollie, I think, in this week's slate. There's not. We know basically the lineups for all these teams, and maybe it's like a fucking Fulkrug or something like that. You know, maybe that's an example of like someone no one would ever pick. He's barely played 300 minutes this year. He's 500 minutes this year. Like, yeah, he could brace, right, and fucking suck.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, I think
for sure.
I think there's something there. There.
Yeah, Fulkrug, I was interested in Fulkrug.
Richie said, "Are Potter's West Ham prime relegation candidates next season?"
No. I mean, they're not a promoted team, so they're not going to be prime relegation candidates.
Those are the rules.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah,
they're also. I looked up their contracts when we were talking on Discord the other day, and like 5 of their oldest, worst players are all off the books this year. So that just makes the team way better. I think it's Flappy, Cresswell, Antonio, Dings, and Soufal or something like that. And it's just like, oh yeah, they just got hundreds of thousands of pounds better, millions maybe if you combine. So yeah, that's good.
Too bad they have no manager.
I like Potter. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So you think they could get relegated or no?
No, I don't think they're going to get relegated, but I think they're going to be in the 17th to 14th diabolical like region. And
yeah,
they're going to be
no pick region.
They're going to be paying way too much money to be finishing in that area if they keep Potter. I mean, I just don't think he has any idea what he's doing.
Really? I still think I'm pretty high on him still. I think he'll do a good job. It's so hard to come in when no game has ever mattered for them. Once they got like one win, it's just they're safe and nothing matters. It's like auditioning random shitters for next year or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've watched like a good amount of the Potter games, and it just feels like they do nothing impetus, and like tactically, it seems like he just makes them worse all the time. And I don't know what his objectives are. Like he just plays 3 at the back. They knock it around. They just park against bad teams that they could maybe be, going at more.
Yeah.
When they have good, skillful players on the books, and it's not like he's been good. Oh, he was good at his last job. I mean, he hasn't been a good manager in the Premier League in like 5 years. And like, I don't think he should be living off that repetation.
When was the last Brighton year? Whenever that was.
Yeah, it was fucking like COVID or something. It was a long time ago.
It was, oh yeah, he left in the middle of the 22-23 season.
Yeah. So I just see them playing badly consistently since he got the job. So I'm like, man, this seems bad, because there's the other side of the coin of like, yeah, you got a new manager and he's like, hey guys, like I'm going to be here for a while. Let's try. Like, let's play hard, because if you don't, then I'm going to fucking bomb the fuck you to France.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of just doing nothing. And, he's putting players in just random spots and they just look bad. So
yeah,
I don't have like an arrow pointing up thing with them. I'm just worried about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bovan said, I'm on Wildcard, no free hit left. Which players you don't play this game week should be on our team's last couple of game weeks? Wildcarding in a blank.
That's rare.
Very rare.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I guess what are we talking about? City players? Is that it?
City, Villa, Arsenal, and Palace are the blankers, right? Or is there anyone else?
So City and maybe an Arsenal or 2 player.
I still think Marm is just like auto in the team, not even a question. With Holland out on their fixtures. I think Vard's probably in the team too. Too bad Nico O'Reilly's not a defender.
Yeah. I think you probably can't go anywhere else besides those 2 City players, right?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
No Palace, I guess.
Easy, no Palace.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
definitely
no
can very emphatically say no Palace. The fixtures are bad and we're bad.
Villa still have stuff to play for. Arsenal don't.
Yeah, but we're still back to the same
Rodgers,
thing. Maybe like Martinez.
Yeah, maybe Rodgers, maybe Emmy.
Because we're still back with Martin. We're still back with Villa, though. It's like the fixtures are all bad.
Yeah, but they're good. Home Fulham and home Spurs, and they'll score goals in those games.
Yeah.
Away Bournemouth.
But who's going to play? Like, is it going to be
Rodgers? That's why it's only him.
Yeah,
he's the only guy.
Yeah. I mean, Watkins, Rash, like it's all a mess.
And Watkins, obviously, after not playing inexplicably this whole time, comes back and is just phenomenal. I mean, he could have had like 4 goals. So he was, I don't know why he didn't play against PSG, but that's not up to me.
Ebenings.
Yeah. Soran said, we can never answer these questions. He said, what's the worst FPL mistake you feel like you've made this year or ever? And
ever?
Yeah. This year, obviously, getting rid of Mo, but ever. It's so hard to remember. Do you have anyone? Anything like ready to go?
From ever?
Ever. For the ever. Playing
biggest
FPL
FPL
ever.
mistake ever? No, there's too many for that
There's
list.
Too many.
I would need
too many.
That's like a thesis question.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm pissed at you about Palmer.
Oh, why?
I think
I'm holding Palmer?
No, I think like your resoluteness of like he's fine is pissing me off.
Okay.
Because you're like, 2 and 4, but he also blanked for another month and a half before.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Like this is like the Timo Werner. I feel like this is Timo Werner 2.0, where you're just sitting there like Doku.
I feel like
this is good.
Boomo 2.0.
How is this Boomo?
When he blanked 6 games in a row and got no shots and
Boomo
no key passes.
has never not scored for 11 game weeks in a row in his life. He's never done that.
I know, but remember when he blanked for fucking month and a half in a row and everyone, including us, got rid of him, and then it was like, that was weird, and now he's just fine again?
But the difference is that he was doing the same things when we watched the game.
He wasn't. That's why we sold him. And then he started doing them again. Remember, he had 5 games in a row with no shot, I think.
It was 3 games. A lot different than actual 7 games where Palmer hasn't scored a goal, or 8 or 9 games. Palmer hasn't scored a goal in like 9 games. So it was a very...
Took
there were
one
3
shot in 5 games.
It was between game week 12, 13, 14. He didn't shoot. And then he just started doing
If you include 10 and 11, he had 1 shot in 5 games.
Okay.
So he wasn't doing the same thing. He was a nightmare, and it was like, oh shit, Bumo's done, and we all need an emergency get rid. And then he just started shooting again.
But this is not that though. Like Palmer's been shooting, he just can't beat anybody, and it gets blocked. Like he makes side passes, like he's not receiving passes in key areas like he used to.
Yeah.
Like, is it not like it's his role and the way he's looked? This is going back for like 3 months. Like comprehensively different.
If I wildcarded it, he wouldn't be in my team. But he's in my team, so I'm not considering getting rid of him.
No, and that's a separate.
It's as simple as that.
That's separate because that's like the separate thing. I keep trying to separate between there are no other obvious good picks to replace him with, and like he's a bad pick. But you're not saying like he's a bad pick. You're saying like I don't see anyone I want instead of him.
Yeah, this week I don't think he's a bad pick. Starting next week, he's a bad pick. And I base that off of the replacement level.
That blows me away. But why does that have to be based off the replacement level? Like you can still say he's a bad pick, and there are but like you could say like he's a bad pick, and all the other guys are bad picks too. So I'm going to keep him. Versus like I don't think he's a. But you're saying I don't think he's a bad pick
because it's always comparatively. I can't play a blank. I'm not going to not start a 7th attacker. So it's always compared. I'm not going to start a 4th defender over a 7th attacker. So I'm comparing him to the other attackers. That's all it is. I have to start someone. So he's in my team. I'm going to start him. I mean, that's it.
We're missing each other on these definitions.
That's all I'm getting.
Yeah.
He's a bad pick, and I'll start him because he's my 7th attacker.
You said it. He's a bad pick.
Yeah, he wouldn't be in my wildcard team, wouldn't be in my free hit team.
Okay. I'll take victory in that.
Well, what can I say? He's just fucking...
He's a bad pick. He's been a bad pick for a long time.
Yeah, Mo's a bad pick. Everyone's a bad pick.
Everyone's a bad pick.
That's why he's an okay pick. That's actually what I mean. What is it? All fucking high tides raise all ships or some shit. If everyone's a bad pick, he's an okay pick. There it is. Benji, epic rant. No, we're not going to do that yet. Although I was thinking about this with how many teams are to make Europe. That's what he wanted us to rant about. How many Prem teams are to be in Europe. Is this just mean next season there's going to be fucking 8 Sunday games every week and 2 Saturday games? If everyone's playing Thursday?
Oh, yeah, probably.
What the fuck is that?
Sunday's the new Saturday.
Sunday's just going to be like 7 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, 2 p.m. every week.
All right. I'm here for that.
That's fucking weird. I don't know. I'm going to miss the slate. And then Dean Naylor said, I know it's fun. This is crazy. This is the craziest question of the whole episode so far. He said, I know it's fun to shit on Spurs, but they have a 10 goal differential in spite of being so low on the table. Are benched and they score at a good rate. Is there anything there for a decent-ish run-in? They don't have a decent run-in. When is their decent run-in? They have at Liverpool, at West Ham, home Palace, at Villa, home Brighton. At what point in there is a decent run-in? At West Ham?
I don't think they would be favored for any of those games.
Yeah, I don't think so. Actually, no shot. I mean, at West Ham will be even-ish. That's it.
Like a plus 150 kind of job.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Romero said, which defender do you think I should bench in 34? Hudson, Milenkovic, or Stupinian? So Hudson's home United, Milenkovic home Brentford.
Easily Milenkovic.
The Stoop is home West Ham. Yeah, it's probably Milenkovic.
Yeah.
It could be Hudson. Might be Hudson.
Can't be.
It might be.
Can't be.
Yeah, probably Milenkovic. And then we got 2 lifestyle questions. Richie said, which Premier League manager would you happily share a pub lunch with?
What's a pub lunch?
Just special? A lunch? I think it's just a lunch. English, maybe it means that beer's included. I don't know.
That's an important distinction.
But I should add a wrinkle, I feel like, because we're both going to say Pep. So what if it wasn't Pep?
No, I was not going to say Pep.
I'm going to say Pep.
You're going to say Pep.
Who are you going to say?
Pub lunch.
Pub lunch. Kieran McKenna.
That's for sure not the answer.
There's not that many answers, to be honest.
I think Vitor's is up there.
Yeah, Vitor's good. I like his vibe a lot.
Yeah, I want to get to know him a little more.
I mean, side question: if Simon Rusk is my answer, does Lallana come?
No.
If Eddie Howe's
he's
injured, does Tyndall come?
No, he's also injured.
No, but Tyndall's on a leash underneath the table. And
yeah, Gimp style. I would go for Vitor, I think.
Yeah, Vitor's a pretty good one. There's honestly very few. A lot of them are just fucking dicks.
Yeah.
I have no interest.
Or annoying.
Yeah.
Or they don't speak English well, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're just nerd. Like, I feel like Slot's just like a nerd.
Yeah, I don't.
And it wouldn't be fun.
Be fun.
He's not a dick. He's not old, but it's just like, okay.
Not fun. Not fun. Yeah.
And
I'm on Vitor.
Yeah, I like that. I'll go Pep. Fixta said, what cosmetic things annoy you? For example, Pickford's tiny fucking shorts or players excessively ripping their socks.
I don't know, man. I don't know. This like, it has to be, I need context. Like, I need to be watching a game. It has to spark. There's nothing that I'm like grinding an axe. I'm not like grinding an axe about something like this.
No, me neither. I guess the thing I most recently got pissed off about was Højlund scored and did his...
a few years ago?
I think it was maybe a different competition. Or maybe it was the Leicester game in 29. I don't know. He scored and did his fucking cutthroat, like his like gladiator executioner celebration.
So good. He's so hard.
You just don't score enough goals to have a celebration, my guy. You just can't have a signature celebration if you score 3 goals a year. I'm sorry. That just needs to be like a rule that everyone follows, I think.
Højlund.
Yeah.
You're going from Højlund stand defender to indicter.
Yeah. I'm talking about his celebration.
Okay.
He's still an okay prospect. He's really young, but you can't have a celebration. It's just embarrassing. I mean, it's crazy.
Okay.
Crazy to me.
Oh.
It's like Palmer having a celebration. He hasn't scored in 2 months.
There's 3.
I guess Rodgers just took his celebration. Now that's his celebration. He returns.
He also hasn't scored in a few months. So yeah.
No, he scored versus NFO. He scored versus Palace. He returns every game. Also, he gets an assist every game.
You can't do a celebration when you make a side pass.
He can.
Well,
He'll prove me wrong there.
He could. He hasn't been, but yeah.
All right. No anus slaps. Never this part of the season. I think that's it. And Thursday we'll see, I guess, what happened the rest of the game. Or maybe I'll have a free hit team by then. Sound good?
Yeah.
Any last words?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Check us out. NFMLPL.com. Follow us on Twitter. NFMLPL. Sports Beach. .com/NFML.